Okay, here we go. So we'll do this review for Psycho. It won't be very long because it's a 6 max game. It's probably only 50 hands. And then we'll play some more. Maybe play like a 180 or some turbos. Let me know in the chat what you want to see after this review. And then we'll play a bit, do Donna's review a little bit later on in the day. So the reason why I stopped the music, guys, is so I can show this review on YouTube. So if you do send me a review, I try and post them all on YouTube just in case you want to review them yourself a bit later. Check call, check call, check. Yep, seems fine. Well played. Limp stab. I mean, I would rather raise this hand early in the tournament when you don't have reads, because I feel like you just get slightly more value from raising. But you know, limping's not bad. Obviously, I love this play. But yeah, I think in terms of when you're prioritizing your lines without reads, with this kind of hand which doesn't flop that great, I mean, it's just got one high card, it's not really that connected, just go raise first. If you find out the guy's really aggressive, or you know, he's really passive and he doesn't like folding to raises, then you can try limp stabbing. Or try limp stabbing when the effective stacks are shorter and you don't want to risk, let's say like 2 big blinds, 2.5 big blinds when you only have 10. Then you can try limp stabbing. Started a game with the heads up hypers, 170 games and 6% EV looking good so far. Nice, strong fold. Getting back into heads up hyper madness, can't resist. That's cool, man. Good job, keep it up. I wish I could give you advice, but I am fucking terrible at those games. I actually think I've played less than 10 of those in my whole life. They're pretty cool games though. Some good friends of mine have transitioned to those very successfully. Give us a 180, man. I think I'm gonna try Hyper Turbos. What's up, Cichlids? How you doing? Anything under 10 table seems boring. Nice. Bet, bet, bet. Beautiful. Good job. I think you can go slightly bigger on the river. Just because, like, I think this guy's not folding when he goes call, call on a dry board. There aren't many draws out there, so, you know, like, he just has some kind of showdown value. So I would have gone for maybe 220, 210, just for a slightly more value. Jeez. Insta green mark for that guy. Now that we have that read that he's defending with, no, that he's calling down that loose, we maybe would try more limb stabs rather than raising. Bet, bet, bet. Bet go broke. Good. Bad luck. He's free rolling you, which really sucks, but well played. He's definitely going to have enough ace queen, ace jack, ace 10 at these stakes. Yeah, okay, we'll just fold. Knew him, he likes calling. That's good. Perfect, Psycho, perfect line. Hyper MTTs, MTT sitting goes. Yeah, I think we'll definitely do a 180. Everyone seems to like watching 180s. I love tilting people. Have you seen my video on YouTube where I was playing heads up against the reg and we tilted him and he spewed off? Pretty cool video. Well played so far, no mistakes that I've seen. Psycho. Good disciplined fold with the queen jack, good to see that. Some people would really want to play that, but it's definitely a mistake to raise from that position. Oh yeah, nice, he's short. GG, good job. Wow. Whenever you see this, I would insta green mark. When people raise more than like 3x in high blinds or more than 3x, you can instantly say that they're not the best player because it's it's just not the best play, and a good player would know that. This is the first pretty major mistake. An ace blind versus blind is very, very strong. So there's really no reason to just check here because you're well ahead of this guy's range. Now you have to decide whether you just want to raise and then fold if he limp shoves, or just go all in. I think my standard line would be just to go all in because the pot's big enough. The pot's 210. He's only got 1200, so it's a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio, which is pretty decent. And because your hand is already quite strong, he might actually call you with worse. So he could limp here and limp call like ace-5, ace-4. It's very possible. King-queen and king-jack. So you definitely have to raise for value. I would probably just shove, but if you put a small raise and trying to keep the pot smaller, I don't mind that as well. Six max regular. No, I don't play regular speeds abuse toilet paper on stream because they're just very slow, very boring, and the strategy is exactly the same as turbos. It just takes longer to complete them, and you get more like 20 big blind spots. So like, if you can ask me questions about regular speed sitting goes, but we just focus on turbos and hypers on this stream because they're more popular, and the strategy is going to be the same for regulars. You just get to play a bit more. Yeah, Fidalgo, I did. Much earlier on, bro. Basically, the answer is it depends on the stack sizes and the blinds, Fidalgo, because if you're only investing 10 chips to win 100, you don't need 50% equity, you only need 10% to win, to make a profitable play. So it depends on how much you're investing. What's up, Rico? Rico Yee? Alright, so shove pre is my line. Wow, your hand is so strong. Like, I feel like your raise is just going to get a lot of folds. I just want to call because your hand is so strong. You're not really that scared of anything. Yeah, there's a flush draw, but it's, it's whatever. If you do raise, I'd just make it a click raise. 160. Just to try and get more money in now so that you can easily get it in on the turn, and you can take the betting lead from him. But this 320, I just think you have too much fold equity here, and you don't want fold equity when you have top 2 pair. Just let him spew off. Fold, good. He has limp jammed me once. Doesn't mean that he's strong though. It's still a very strong hand, blind versus blind. Just shove pre-flop would be my line. Okay, so we can c-bet, or we can just check it back. Now, the reason to c-bet would be if he's very passive, and you're actually going to be getting value from worse hands by c-betting, like king queens, king jacks, king tens, like ace 5. If he's very passive, but if he's aggressive, he might just check raise this flop, because aggressive unknown players love check raising paired boards, and you can't really continue against a check raise. So if you're scared of a check raise against an aggressive player, just check it back. If he's a passive player, just c-bet for value. We decide to check it down, which is, it's fine with me. I don't know why we're betting river. I mean, you don't need to bluff. This is a bluff, because he's not really going to call you with worse than this, but you already beat a lot of hands anyway, and are you really going to get a worse hand to fold? Like, at 7 or at 8, it's definitely not folding. He's not folding any kind of straight or flush. I don't really think he's going to fold a 6 either. I just don't think you have much fold equity. The only hand you're trying to fold out is something like 4s or 5s or 3s. But ace-jack high, for me, has enough showdown value to just check river, rather than turn it into a bluff. Kings? These are the Lich Kings. Love the Lich Kings. Wow. That stop and go. It's actually fairly strong play. Although his hand selection's terrible, he should just fold this hand, but his line is really good. Because think about it, if you have... Alright, this is probably not the best example, but let's say that you have queen high or jack high or even king high, you can't really call here. But you're obviously not folding ace high. But he should not do this with jack 4. He should do it with hands that at least flop decently, like jack 8 suited, 8-9 suited, 8-7 suited, king 5 suited, something that's not going to get fold equity pre-flop, but post-flop you can use it as a stop and go. Okay, we'll fold that. Yeah, triple eight is pretty soft. Good luck, Drunken Swede. Is Party Poker any good for MTTs? I think it's okay, Bambaluk, for the scheduled MTTs. I know some MTT grinders play Party Poker as well as stars during their sessions. Fold. Value raise. I mean, are we check calling? Your hand's too strong to check fold. The board's quite dry, so like you probably have the best hand here. You beat like all of his broadways that he defends with. You beat. It's unlikely he has an ace. I guess it's possible he has a weak ace, but it's pretty unlikely because most people would shove it all in pre-flop. So if he doesn't have a pair, you got the best hand. So are you going to check call down king queen high? It's really awkward because you give up the betting lead and you let him choose the bet size and he just might pot it. So I would c-bet this is what I'm trying to say. I would c-bet maybe like half pot, a little bit under half pot. Because now what do? You're fucked. You just have to check fold against this full bet, but he could have like jack 10, jack 9, oh, jack 9's good here. Jack 8, he could have like queen jack, queen 10. He could have anything. King queen's still pretty decent on that board. Okay, don't fold king 8 on the button ever, I think. Just min raise, it's a good steal. This is a top 35% hands, definitely good enough to raise from the button. Okay, you can fold that sometimes, you know, if you're thinking about ICM, but not as a chip leader. The old limp stab, I like it. Good job. Limp stab. So I would even think about raising this against two unknown players because they're not going to be that aggressive. Unknown players are usually fairly passive and you can just min raise buttons and if they call you just c-bet and it's going to be quite profitable to just win that way as well. So I don't like folding buttons as a chip leader. This is definitely a raise. Four-handed, ace-9 off is good enough as a chip leader. You don't mind stacking off against the 10 big blinds. It sucks, but your hand is decent against that guy, and it's pretty unlikely that he's going to have a good hand as well. Good luck in the 440 Zoom. I love that tournament. I had a good fun playing that yesterday, even though we busted just before the final table. Jeez, this game's dragging on a little bit, but it is interesting because we're quite deep in the tournament already, so there's going to be a lot of bubble situations to talk about, which is fun. Wow, this is pretty close, but this guy's been very tight, and it's more than 10 big blinds. If this was a regular, I'd be very tempted, but against this player, I think it's definitely a fold. He's just been too tight. Bet. Nice sizing. You want to bet big on this wet board. And shove turn. Perfect. Well played. Good job. So, yeah, limp stab is good because we, don't fold, basically. Just raise or limp stab. Both are good options. Just do not fold because you have him well covered. He's in second place and there's two guys shorter. So he's going to play pretty damn tight here. If he's a call-y kind of player who likes seeing flops, try this limp stab. If he's tight, just raise. Good job. Fold that. Fold that. Fold that. All in. Good. Wow, he folded with two big blinds. Okay, I guess we'll fold the suited queen 2 because there's short stacks around. Don't fold this. Because of the chip leader, you need to put maximum pressure on these guys. Just raise. You don't care. going, you know, 600 chips, who cares to you? But you just want to put maximum pressure on these guys and raise. So definitely open up your raising range when you're the chip leader. Short-handed. All in, good. We'll fold that, fold that. Fold, 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 fold. Bubble time. All in, nope. This is definitely any two cards against a random unknown player for 5 big blinds. You can fold if you know he's a loose caller, but to be honest, in low stakes, I've never seen someone call correctly in the big blind, so I would be shoving any two cards in this spot. Yeah, you should be very aggressive. I don't really agree with stealing any two, but yeah, definitely be more aggressive. I wouldn't recommend any two cards. Choose something at least that looks pretty, like two suited cards is fine. Alright, jeez. Well, we're not folding, right, because it's just a min raise, but he has us covered, which is unfortunate. It's a very good hand blind versus blind, but it's quite risky to just shovel in pre-flop. He might be trapping. It's hard to say. You really need a good read on this guy to push all in pre-flop to make that better than just calling, because you need to be very conservative on the bubble with a short stack around. So the conservative play is what you did, just call, which I think is correct without reads. But if you have reads that he's very aggressive and he's min raising, you know, a lot in the small blind to steal, I think shoving pre-flops is definitely better than flatting. Just because of his range is going to be so wide, he's going to be folding a lot. Alright, so he's checking, very weak. You'd have to decide now whether you want to turn your hand into a bluff and just bet to get him to fold equity, maybe, you know, two random cards that might hit a pair, or whether you can take your hand to the river. Now, the reason to bet would be if he's going to be very aggressive on the turn and river, if he sees weakness from you, then you need to just bet now to prevent him from barreling you off, because you can't really call two streets. You can maybe call one street, you can maybe call the turn with ace high, but it's unlikely that you're going to be able to call turn, call river with ace high. So if he's an aggressive player, I don't know. The other thing to think about is if he's an aggressive player, why is he just checking now? Maybe he actually has something. So there's a lot of things to think about in this hand. It really just depends on what your read is of this guy and what his check means. If he's always been c-betting, this check can be scary. Because if he's always c-betting and he had air, he would just c-bet this board. But if he's just a weak passive player, then he probably just has nothing. You can bet, take it down. Good. All in. Good. Fold that junk. Nice walk. All in. Good. Alright, heads up time. What happened there? What did he call you with? Threes. Good call. Bad luck for him. Flush draw is pretty good heads up. He's folding a lot and he's giving walks, so, and he's 3xing, so he's bad. Definitely I like your strategy of just min raising. Okay, he's starting to rejam. Now he's just shoving 15 big blinds. Tried limp stab. Perfect. Good adjustment. Good adjustment. So he was tight, and then he rejammed, and he shoved all in for 15 big blinds. So next time he just tried limp stab. Perfect adjustment. Good pair. Not folding that. He's 3xing again. Terrible. Value. So in this spot, I think I would have been tempted to raise call. Because King Jack heads up is a pretty big hand. That flop. You're flopping so good. Nutella's are nuts. Why are you guys bad-mouthing Nutella? Bet. Good. Great bet. He showed a lot of weakness by checking back that flop. And, you know, we have 2 overs and a gut shot, so we do have a decent hand on this board. But because he called turn, we bricked the river, he's probably not folding, let's just give it up. Very well played. Wow. trying the limp stab. Seems fine, just mix it up. Value bet against him, second pair. That's okay. You can just check back that hand as well. But this guy seems bad enough to call with worse, so I don't mind that bet. Don't fold anything. Against this guy, you can play 100% of buttons, even do 7, just limp again, because we know he's not really being aggressive against our limps. You can even just raise. So you just want to play 100% when the guy's not adjusting to you pre-flop and reshoving super loose. Okay, fold that. Raise that. Okay. Not the best board. And he's defending. I'm tempted just to give this up because we don't have that much equity. I don't even want to see bet this because the board's so bad. Not surprised he got check raise on that board. Alright, now he's jamming it in. Insta call, good. All in, good. All in, good. All in, yep. All in, yep. What was this? Alright, now that he's short, we can fold, do 7 with 5 big blinds. That's fine. I'll allow that one. All in. All in, good. Well played, padlock. He just has kings with 4 big blinds. I'm a big fan of this play because it is profitable to push, but this guy is so weak that you can win small pots, and it's only slightly profitable to go all in. So I like this limp. I really like it. Well done, Psycho. I'm a big fan of that play. Big fan. Don't fold. Try the same thing, man. Just try the limp again. Maybe. I don't know. What did he do last time? Did he just shovel in? Alright, alright. I'll give that one to you. We can fold this. Because last time he shoved all in. Maybe he's adjusting slightly. Nice. I like that you try it again now, because you definitely don't want to fold too much on the button. So even though we're getting junk, you can't give him, you know, that much credit for playing correctly. I think you're playing fine. I like this all in. He's starting to really pick up the aggression. So just shoving more rather than limping seems like a good play. It would suck with jam. Yeah, that would be gross. 6-3. Okay. We're getting walks. 5 big blinds. Jeez. Alright. You can't really do much with bottom 5%. They have to be extremely tight. This guy's giving so many walks. Wow, he's walking us like every hand. Yeah, okay, we'll walk him with deuce 3. Wow, this guy's so bad. Alright, GG. Very well played, Psycho. I think there's like 2 or 3 very small mistakes, dude. Your game is really, really good. Keep it up. Good job. Keep it up. Definitely one of the better games that I've seen on stream. Well done, man.